Good morning, everyone. It's Saturday morning. It's 10 o'clock, and I'm Connie Myers. So this must be to 70 and beyond. I hope you had a really, really great week. Um, Vegas is finally warming up a little bit. It should be actually 72 here today. It should be an absolutely spectacular weekend. And it's been a very, very wonderful week for me. I've got a lot of things done. We finally actually posted, and all of the latest versions of Crisis Knowledge Management are now on the platforms. And so I'm super excited about being able to talk about that more this coming week. Today, however, we're going to go back to Leadership in Trying Times, a book that I'm a co-author in. And we're going to be talking about the chapter that Ryan Barton wrote. It's called I Am Enough, I Am Brave, I Am a Cowboy. Ryan David, rather, Ryan Barton, I'm getting names confused here. He has 6 children. He's the author of a children's book collection called Ellie the Elephant. The books teach life lessons to kids and families through the life of an elephant and her friends. Ryan is also a keynote speaker and business owner. He does mental health strengthening coaching for Pro Mindset Academy. He helps athletes on and off the field win in life as well as in the game, teaching mental mindset. We've talked a lot about mental mindset on this to 70 and beyond many times. One of his favorite sayings is, never become so distracted by the one thing that's going wrong that you forget to appreciate all that's going right. It is so important to really talk about our successes, to make sure that we acknowledge them no matter how little they are. Maybe just getting up on a Saturday morning and getting out of bed might be a success for that day. So whatever your successes are, make sure that you do celebrate those. I mean, that was one of the things that got me to the point where I was going to quit, is I didn't celebrate my successes. I didn't think I had any successes. I'd been sick for 2.5 months, so how many successes can you possibly have? But when I started thinking about it, I had had several successes. First of all, I got well, number one. But number two, I recognized that each success that I had, even though it might have just been being able to eat something or not coughing for an hour, or just those are also little successes that we need to celebrate. His chapter is called I Am Enough, I Am Brave, I'm a Cowboy, because he grew up in Monticello, Utah on a cattle ranch. And he says, I worked from dusk to dawn. I will never forget the sun setting of the beautiful Blue Mountains. When I was 13, my father sent me out to round up a few cows and a bull off the summer range. I saddled up Rusty, my horse, and headed out across the ranch. Rusty and I were best friends. We had full trust in each other. Weaving around the sagebrush, dodging the tree limbs, we made our way up the draw. After finding the cows, I started pushing them back to the ranch. I realized the bull did not feel like walking that day. A 2,000-pound animal was standing his ground and just staring at me. Now remember, he's 13 years old. I yelled, raised my lasso in an attempt to push him down the draw. Have you ever been in a situation that you knew was bigger than you? Well, this was one of those situations. The bull lowered his head and scratched the ground. Dust flew into the air. You guessed it, he was going to charge, and I was going to die. I am afraid. I am scared. I am not enough. My heart was racing, and Rusty could feel my pain. He was getting jumpy. The bull shook his head and blew snot all over the place. Well, life is full of bulls, and at times we feel small and like we are not enough. So in his chapter, he talks about 3 things that you can do to make sure that when you're feeling small or you're feeling like you're a sense of lack of any kind, that you can do. First of all, he says, trust yourself. On Rusty, I was a cowboy, confident and determined at 13 years old. Finding myself in this situation with the bull, all of that stripped from me was in a split second. All of a sudden, the confidence was gone. Trust in what you know. Trust in how you are going to move forward. He says, Jerry Korstein says, don't compare your progress with that of others. Oh, that's so important. How many times do we look at somebody else and say, oh, they've either got it better than us, or they've got more talent than us, or they're smarter than us, or they're more knowledgeable and intelligent than us, or they have a better job than us. And that just sends us down a rabbit hole. You are the best version of yourself right now. So always starting with where you are and what you have right now. In this very second, there is no way to change you. In 10 seconds from now, you'll be a different person than you are right now. And I think that's something to remember, that life changes and life moves forward. So take a huge breath and fill your lungs with air. Hold it and think of the success. And then exhale. Repeat if needed. Stopping and breathing is a very important part of changing how we are thinking about our sense of lack. The second suggestion is just relax. Chill out, babe. The more you try to control something, the more it controls you. How many of us have been in that situation where we feel like something is controlling us and there's nothing we can do? Horses are powerful animals and have amazing instincts. Rusty knew I was scared. He could feel my heart beating right out of my chest. This anxiety was releasing adrenaline into my body, clouding my judgment, and changing the one person I needed most, me. How, after all that, did I relax? It was simple. All I had to do was take my mind to a safe place. So mindset and being or having a resilient mindset, which I talk a lot about in crisis knowledge management, having a resilient mindset is thinking ahead if you have a situation, thinking ahead about how you're going to handle it, mitigating whatever you can possibly do to mitigate it, and then just move forward. He says the human brain is set up to protect you from the things that cause pain in our lives. Learn to accept the pain and hardships that you experience. Pain is caused by a variety of situations, other people, your own mistakes, catastrophes, accidents. But the situation you are in will only change if you change it. Overacting or acting on emotions will only make things worse. That's why you need to stop. That's why you need to breathe. That's why you need to think about what it is that you're feeling and sensing, and then figure out what your action is going to be. As I took a deep breath and remembered my success from the day before, a thought entered my mind. The bull will follow. So sometimes our judgment gets clouded because of the fear that we're feeling and that we're not in the right mindset. The bull will follow. You will find that when you calm your emotions, your mind will think clearly and you remember things. Your mind will speak to you. The bull will follow. His third suggestion is act. So what is the plan? How are you going to move forward? The fastest way to take back your confidence is to act. When I say act, I mean act right now. So many of you have probably read Mel Robbins' book, The 5-Second Rule. And in that, she talks about how if you have 5 seconds from the time that your inner voice tells you to do something, like say, for example, exercise, till the brain comes up with an excuse why not. Well, I got to do this. I got to do that. Oh, I don't feel up to it today. My shoulder hurts. Whatever it is, you have 5 seconds. And this is true with any kind of action in your life. You have 5 seconds before your brain's going to tell you why you shouldn't do it. So you have to act immediately. And in her book, she suggests you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then whatever that action is. So if you're getting out of bed and you don't want to get out of bed, you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sit up. Maybe it's a book that you're wanting to write. You haven't even started and you don't know where to start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pick up a pencil. Or you don't want to exercise. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, put on your tennis shoes. Anything in your life, you can use that 5-second rule. He says after you've made a choice, you have 3 seconds. He says 3 seconds to act. After that, your brain will pull your emotional e-brake. I like that. Don't stop. Don't second guess your ability. Just act. If you act within a few seconds, these thoughts never enter your mind. Thoughts drive your actions. Actions drive your learning opportunities. Opportunities to learn drive true results. Seconds of courage, that's all it takes. And in his book, he says 3 seconds. Don't doubt yourself. You are powerful. And your talents and values are what make you who you are. Celebrate who you are. You may not be staring a 2,000-pound bull in the face, but you will face your own challenges. And as you practice these steps, you will grow and become the person that you were meant to be. Don't fight your thoughts, embrace them. The cows and the bull made it back to the ranch together. I am enough. I am brave. I am a cowboy. So when you stop and you take a breath and you figure out what this next step is and you take that action immediately, then all of a sudden other things will start showing up. And if it's something where you're thinking that you're a failure or you're not, it didn't work out the way you wanted it to work out, there's no such thing as failures. They are strictly course corrections. What is it? What is the lesson you learned that didn't, when the path didn't go the way you thought it was going to go? Maybe the vision needed to be changed. Maybe the way you approached it needed to be changed. But it's just that. It's a course correction, and God and the universe is pushing you in the direction you're supposed to be going. Well, I hope that's food for thought. I hope that you go out and you celebrate some successes today and that you have an absolutely beautiful weekend. We'll be back next week with To Seven and Beyond, and we're going to be talking more out of the Leadership in Trying Times. You can actually go to my website and you can download a PDF of this book for free. My website address is ckmsolutionsgroup.com. So I invite you to go there, download this book. It actually was #1 in 11 different business categories when it first came out. Thanks very much and have a beautiful week.